Hey everyone, I am Brett, and this is my 2024 farming recap for hay. I first time hay farming this year, so I want to go through all the numbers with you guys of what it took to start up, as well as the sale of the hay, and give you an idea of what it took, and you know how long we're gonna have to hay in order to recoup our money. Uh, Also, like to give a huge shout out to Ben and Cody. Those two have helped me a lot this summer. As just plain old needed it because there's so much work to do when it comes to farming. We kind of nicknamed ourselves the Hay Dudes because why not? At the end of this video, this is going to be a two-part video. I want to show the input costs, everything to start up what we did this summer as far as hay goes. There's going to be different purchases like the tractors, the balers. I'll go through where I bought the stuff because this last spring auctions were pretty cheap to buy in, so that helped me out a lot. But we'll go through it all at the end here and just kind of give you the running costs. The second part video, we'll go through the auction, the sales side, where the numbers kind of feed back into our operational costs. So yeah, stay tuned and hopefully you guys like it. Oh, brush hog day. Forgot my leaf blower. Son of a gun. Go through, check the tractor out. Check it out. Check fluids. Yeah. I was a little low yesterday. Finish this up. At this point, I didn't have much of the brush hog experience, but we whacked it all down so that we could do some no-till seeding in for our alfalfa and some other grass seeds, and that's what we're doing here. We did this to 36 acres up here. At first, I was afraid it wasn't going to work. First crop came around, not much happened, but we got a lot of rain, and that rain paid off. Our third crop looked amazing. The next fields We're about 35 miles southeast from where we just showed you the last fields. And these are an interesting bunch because they have not been farmed or worked for the last 3 to 4 years. They had corn previously and just let the weeds take over. And we quickly learned that there's some lessons to be taken when dealing with weeds. And our process, probably not the best, but at the end it did pay off. We went through, mulched it all up as best we could. And then we brought in a field finisher. Cody has a field finisher. He brought in his TG and the field finisher. We blended it all down. It did a couple nice things for us. It actually flattened it out because it was pretty rough. Secondly, it kind of mixed it all in so it could bring that stubble and I guess all that garbage on top underneath. Gave us a good little starter bed for our no-till, which was a different problem at that point because we ran into rain and more rain. I didn't know if somebody was building Noah's Ark that year because it just seemed like it wouldn't stop raining. We ended up mudding it in, and we're about to show you all of that in here. So it was fun.
Do a quick pit stop, check things out. It's wet. Out here cutting the last of the first crop that we were doing. This here is a 20-acre field, all hillside. Got a 4x4 mow just in case it gets real smooth. But beautiful day. We only got 4 days to chop her down, get her dried and baled. It's supposed to rain here Friday. She is steep out here. It's going to take me a little longer to mow this than I thought. I was going to be a little faster. No, it's not. Just over here leaning, trying to stay in the seat.
Well, we lost one. Landed right in the driveway. All right, so here is what I have kind of worked out into my small Excel spreadsheet. I have one that does more detail, but in order to get to the point of what everything costs. Now, this is the part where I'm going to go through my startup costs and what I have into equipment. And then we'll get into some of the other things like seed. But one of the things I did right off the bat was get into the researching side of things to see what equipment's going for. Now, I will say I did pretty good as far as things go. But the hay rake I underestimated. I ended up going with a 10-foot bar rake at first. It was not big enough. Great machine after I rebuilt all the teeth, things like that. Just wasn't very, well, we needed something better. I needed something to fluff the hay up to help drying because we did have such a hard time drying this early spring, early summer because of the amount of rain that we did receive. So one thing I'll say is underestimated the rake, but everything else was pretty spot on as far as the pricing. As time went on, I had a parts list that I had to fix a bunch of stuff because that's the way used equipment market goes. And another big expense was the loader tractor. And the reason I went with a loader tractor is because in the next video series, you're going to see why. We were hauling around a skid steer everywhere, and we were traveling with the skid steer down roads, things like that. Just a pain in the butt. I needed a second tractor anyways because I needed a hay raking. Have one hooked up to the hay rake, have one hooked up to the baler, whatever it took. So it worked out. Just spent a little bit more than I'd like to, but I got the tractor I really wanted to. Other things like hayseed and equipment rental, those are kind of things I didn't know at the time that I needed. But this isn't all of them. This is just for the first go round that I had for the land that we originally scoped. After that, we ended up getting another 100 acres plus another 10 acres. And again, the videos will show quite a bit of that. And in the next video, I will show the earnings from everything. We did a little bit of everything. We had small squares, round bales, but a lot of sales, all sold by end of November, which was great for us. We didn't have to walk through the snow in the wintertime to get it sold, or any of the salt on the trailers and trucks that we used. So it was nice. But I'll show you the numbers, and you'll probably be blown away. You'll be like, first year, I don't know. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in part 2.